hate puppies.
It's good podcast.
I feel threatened. Let's grow this thing.
There we go. Stu's on fire tonight. I like that. That was timely.
+5 for Stu.
Nice, Stu.
Right out the box,
I
we're going to
mean-
give him a +5. I'm willing to do it.
$5 as he loses 20 points.
Oh,
in the first
yeah,
10
yeah,
minutes.
yeah. He'll end up in the red for sure.
Yeah.
Certainly possible. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems. I think we actually have one tonight that we might be able to at least get to the bottom of a first world problem. Cautiously optimistic. Ely, I see you staring at the board. Have I done something wrong?
Headphones cutting it out.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm good. It's just way too high.
Oh, it was too high.
Yeah.
Your earphones were?
Yeah.
I just jacked you up.
Yeah. Double whammy. Thanks, man.
I apologize.
Oh, it's loud? Let me turn that up to
was like-
11 for you.
It's like
Let me
it's like Roman. Faster?
Yeah. He said faster.
Faster.
Oh, faster. Okay, got it. That's hilarious, man. I'm excited. We've got a special guest in the house tonight. We have Mike Jackson from M4K. How are you, buddy?
Good, man. Good to be here.
Yes, man. We're glad to have you. How many years have you been on this podcast now?
Oh, wow. 4 or 5 years, I think.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
So you have tenure over Stu.
I yield.
Yeah, right.
It feels like Stu's been here longer, doesn't
Been
it?
wanting him to
It
eat.
feels like
Yeah, it feels
Does
like
feel
Stu's
like
been here forever.
Stu yields the rest of his time, hopefully.
Yeah.
Mike, we've never talked about this, but what's it like growing up with the name Mike Jackson?
So, I don't know. Maybe we talked about this on the past episode, but I'm actually named after Mick Jagger. My dad was a big Rolling Stones guy, so Michael Philip Jagger is Mick Jagger's name, and so my dad named me Michael Philip Jackson. The Michael Jackson you're thinking of.
Totally different. I get them confused sometimes.
Was somewhat of a minor star when I was born, but that changed pretty quickly. So,
Yeah. That no talent ass clown showed up,
and
right?
You've told,
Right.
and you've told that story a million times now.
No, most people just make fun of me. Don't ask.
I've never put two and two together because you're not. At least I don't know you as Michael, so I'm never
Yeah.
really like.
Is your name Michael?
It is. It is.
Oh, but is that a conscious reason to not go by Michael?
No, not really.
Really?
My mom, my wife call me Michael. People at work call me Mike.
People are upset with you, call you Michael.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Friends from college call me MJ. People,
There you go.
People from back home call me Jackson. So it's where I know you from.
Can you dance?
No.
He's got moves like Jagger.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give. I might take points. I don't know if I'm getting
That's
points,
just,
taking
that's
points.
a great
I thought it
joke
was
to the reference.
Yeah.
Come on.
That was
I like
That was
it.
quick.
All right, it's not a point.
No,
worth
it's not. I didn't say that. I'm just
Okay.
saying it's
Okay.
not worth
It's
negative
not worth
points.
taking points from Stu?
Oh, now I'm back in.
Stu giggled. -1.
Yes.
Laughed at a bad joke. I have a feeling tonight's going to be off the rails because we've been all fired up going into this thing tonight. Like
Yeah.
we're all zinging each other. Usually you get an idea of how it's going to go early on. Plus, I'm drinking a Monster, which has my head spinning a little bit. The taurine.
That's right.
Whatever the hell's in that thing. It's the girl Monster, too, the white one.
The best one.
It is unfortunate that literally on the back of that one, they're like, all the girls said they didn't have one for them, so we made this one, and it's like the one I absolutely love. It's heartbreaking.
Well,
That checks out.
Clearly, you're drinking a Monster because you've been in your garage working on your Monster rally car
I have been
all day long.
today. Just kind of mechanic.
Little
Yeah.
elephant in the
guy.
room. here.
Right, exactly.
I'm a mechanic. That's what mechanics do. They work on cars. Ely, thank you for noticing.
No problem.
Thank you for calling it out. That's what I was saying.
He's wearing a Dickies jacket. It looks like it came out of the plastic an hour ago.
It doesn't have a mark
Yeah.
on it.
There might be a crease in there somewhere it was folded in
Actually,
the plastic.
There's Cheeto residue on it, so you can see
Yeah.
the kind of work I've been doing.
That's right.
In my Dickies jacket.
I had to pay
pictured
extra
you-
for that.
Right. I picture you putting it on the driveway ground and putting your foot on it and rubbing
Yeah.
it. Get some dirt in there.
Nah, there'll be plenty of dirt coming as I work.
I see him like opening the 4Runner and just dragging it across the engine a few
Exactly,
times. Just get a
right.
little grease on it.
Right.
Little motor oil.
Go inside, put his hands on his hips, and talk to the wife about blinker fluid, muffler bearings. You wouldn't understand, but it works better now.
It's been a tough day.
Exactly.
Yeah, she actually tried to get some low octane blinker fluid the other day, and I about fucking
Lost it. You cannot use the low octane.
Couldn't believe it. I was like, fine.
Rookie
If
mistake.
you don't want people to know you're turning, that's fine.
Right.
Just a dim flicker, letting you know.
There's a million directions we can go out with this freaking jacket, but the one I'm sitting on is I'm burning the hell up standing here in
Me
a
too.
t-shirt, and I'm just looking across the bar at this freaking jackalope with a fucking jacket on.
It's trying to give us fodder.
I know.
Just wait till your monster kicks in. You'll be sweating like a champ.
Oh, my monster's already kicked in. My heart's racing. But I've always said, as long as I die in my Dickies jacket, then I'm fine.
Yeah, I heard that from you.
At least then they'll show up and go,
That was an issue.
look at this man.
They won't show up.
This guy's a man.
They won't show up.
That's not nice at all.
I mean, yeah.
I've always wanted a Dickies jacket. That's
Yeah, they're
the
pretty dope.
reality of it.
I'm not going to lie. And honestly, when I saw it, I was like, I need one of those.
Yeah, you see?
I was.
They're cool. They've
Yeah.
always been cool.
One guy has a 3,500 square foot garage with a taker downer in it and works on everyone's cars.
Yeah. And I
The
ruined every
other
shirt I have.
doesn't do anything.
I
do
have a stack
stuff.
of shirts in my closet,
For working.
probably 30 or 40 that I've just ruined because I don't change before I go out. In
You
the
just
garage
get the
like an
wheel to
asshole.
go out there and you just
Yeah,
walk
I'm like,
out there.
"Doo-doo-doo," and then I cuss at myself an hour later when it's ruined.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'll just go out and at least just fire up the lawnmower, or goes, and then it's like next thing you know, you're in a polo shirt and
Yes.
you've ruined it, and you're like, all right, cool. Didn't expect to get under the truck in that shirt, but here we are.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it just becomes put on the stack until the next time you walk out in a shirt you absolutely should not have walked out in, or pants.
Yeah.
I ruin pants like that
I
all
do
the
too.
time too. That's heartbreaking.
I always manage to just, as soon as I get a new anything, I brush up against something filthy.
Well,
and
that's
it's like, all right, that's ruined.
absolutely. That's the entire reason I don't wear watches, because I'm just such a gorilla that I hit
Just
everything.
Ram your
yeah.
wrist and everything.
Yep.
I've got a watch upstairs. My kids brought in. They're like, "Hey, we found your watch." And I was like, "Yeah, there's a reason that watch was retired. That was from working on stuff. The
Yeah.
whole face is just scratched to shit. You can't."
Yeah.
But Dickies jackets have nice long sleeves.
Yeah.
They'll cover over your watch. So he's very protective.
Well, maybe that's because it doesn't fit you properly.
Oh, you should have seen the extra large that I got. Oh my god! I tried that thing on. What is that? You ever seen the Umbrella
Did you
Academy?
return it?
I did today.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever seen the Umbrella Academy?
Yes.
So there's
No.
the one guy, he's got like the giant gorilla arms. This thing looked like that on me. Like
Really?
I walked in and I was like, "Hey honey, check it out. Got a Dickies jacket." She's like, "You look like the Umbrella Academy guy."
I was
like,
shocked
nice.
you didn't keep it. I thought you would have thought that was a compliment. and
Cool
been like,
reference.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like they should embroider your name on
Oh,
the
yes.
side.
MJ.
Ely, you gotta
Yes.
get that. You gotta get that.
he
when you
needs
get-
to get that.
That's not a bad idea.
But
Yes.
Ely looks right on it.
You're
like,
right.
Ely.
You're
and
right.
Like
Good call.
white, but
We needed a
stained
white
string.
patch.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need
Blue
a
string.
nickname for him.
Ely
Yes.
Motors on the.
You guys
Oh,
need to
yeah.
get your
Right there.
whatever your petter-ass bike club was. Get the big thing on the back of it.
No, we're gonna get satin jackets
See,
for
I
that.
already,
That-
I already have three of the.
I bow out. You're
I already
right.
have three of those embroidered jackets from 25 years ago.
Of course you do.
They're the exact same thing we wore in the Navy.
right on the
Just say
front row
Williamson.
in the closet.
is it a
Covered in
genuine
semen.
Dickies though?
The last one I got was because they changed up the
The
vendor.
government doesn't cut corners on that kind of stuff.
And his floats.
Yeah. Got that little that string you blow into.
Flash
We're
light
gonna
on
make
it.
it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it.
Right. Red pull cord.
They should have thought that out. If you're drowning, you don't have air to blow into the damn thing. That's a little
Yeah.
didn't kind of work out right. But yeah, I should get my name put on this thing. That would be sweet.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, this has been the same look since the 50s when they
Yeah.
made them. It's the Dickies Eisenhower jacket. It's like supposed to be modeled after what Eisenhower wore in World
Why
War
not just
II.
get the entire suit?
I have Dickies shirts. I don't have any Dickies. Oh, I have Dickies shorts,
I
but
mean
I don't have
overalls.
Dickies pants.
Coveralls.
Oh.
Overalls.
Coveralls. A nice pair of coveralls is
Yeah.
awesome.
I have ones from the Marine Corps that are pretty awesome, but they're not as thick as the Dickies.
The Dickies is surprisingly thin. You'd
Really?
be shocked. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like it looks quilted, but it's not all that.
Yeah.
Is that
But-
why you're wearing a sweater and a sweatshirt under that thing?
Glad to have you here, Mike.
It's
Always.
a windbreaker.
Actually,
Yeah.
You
The
throw them
flex
up, I'll
grease.
knock them out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It is water resistant. I don't know. I love it. I've always wanted one, and I was like looking at them the other day, and I was like, I should just pull the trigger. And then I found they're $41 to the door. I was like, well, that's actually not a bad investment.
So it is brand new. I was totally fucking around.
Oh, it's clearly
yeah.
brand new, dude.
nice.
Yeah, it's well, the extra large is a week old.
Okay.
It just had to get sent back.
Right.
Now the new one is here.
We won't see this thing after 60 days.
No.
It'll be in his closet, never to be seen again.
Ready for a Halloween
You could have just
costume.
gone to the
Yeah.
Whole Street Outlet and picked you up one, the military surplus store.
Actually, they have a Dickies store out on Mechanicsville Turnpike.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
really?
I used to go up there and because I like to get Dickies work shorts.
Oh, they opened one out there in Short Pump, I think, right by
Duluth Trading. They
Oh,
opened.
Duluth. That's what I'm
yeah.
thinking of.
Oh,
yeah.
that's very expensive. Dickies is cheap.
That's way different.
yeah.
I want to go in Duluth.
Yeah, I'd like to go
I
in
want
there.
to try those undies.
Oh, the Bare Nakeds are where it's at.
Are they?
Better than Tommy John.
Really?
Do you have
I don't
experience
have Tommy
with both?
John's, but I
Tommy Johns
have
are
the Bare
average
Nakeds.
at best.
I've come around on the Tommy Johns. I like them a lot. But it's all because the dick hole, you put your hand straight down in instead of having to come in through the side.
Yeah.
I like that.
That I totally agree is awesome.
That
but
is
it
a
doesn't
better
mean that
design.
your boxers are extra comfortable. It just means you have
Yeah.
a cool gizmo.
But that's it. I like
yeah.
that little trick it does. So I'm like, good enough. But if anyone else came out with something that was comfortable that had the straight down grab,
Yeah.
I would try them out. But I like being able just to pull it out the top.
Yeah.
Strong. I mean, who designed that in the first place anyway?
What's
Go
stopping
down,
you
hook a
from
left.
doing that?
What do you mean?
No,
oh,
the-
inventing it?
Go over the top? Like I
No,
have
the
no problem doing
you know,
that.
the regular underwear it goes like this, and then
It's vertical. This one's
it's
horizontal.
Good podcasting, Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Troy does
I
a
got
lot
there.
He does
I
a
got
lot of
there.
sign language over here. So you have to start
You
using
just
the
did the
word.
over the top thumb grab. I mean,
Yeah.
But everybody knows what that is.
Yeah, no, it translates well onto the air. Did you guys hear this? You hear this? Hear this? Yeah. Flicking my hands.
Just like this. Just like this.
Perfection. Well, I'm glad you guys noticed my sweet Dickies jacket. I'm fired up. You know what's going to look real good in this Dickies jacket?
a mustache.
Fucking mustache.
That's right.
I'm pretty excited about
Actually,
that.
that jacket will make your mustache look
Yeah.
better.
Damn
I
right it
agree.
will.
In fact, we may need to all get them for the whole month.
Just wear them all the time
Yeah.
with
So
our
he looks
mustache.
less creepy.
Right. Except I'm going to get the full jumpsuit, though.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's the outfit.
Let's get mustaches embroidered on Dickies jackets.
With our names?
Nice.
And that's not a bad idea.
No.
Or
it's not.
ITPH on one side.
I bet we can get a sponsorship for that. Somebody will pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should reach out to Dickies. They like manly stuff. I mean, that's
Yeah.
their whole thing. They work tough.
Seems like a good investment for a national brand.
I agree.
Yeah.
My favorite part is that 6 minutes ago, it's like, look at this loser. And fast forward 6 minutes, everyone's like, we're doing it. We're all getting jackets.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was making fun of the jacket.
No. It's
I
that
mean,
you're
don't-
wearing it and it's
Do not
80
get
now.
don't get crossed up, Brendan. We all
Yeah.
like the jacket.
It's the poser in you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair enough. That's
Yeah.
fair enough. All right, well, I got to go work on the truck. You guys take it from here. Now, Mike, thanks for coming in, man. This is the week or the weeks leading up to the beginning of M4K, which everybody who's been listening to this show for any amount of time knows that we've been getting involved with M4K for quite a while. And M4K is an organization, a not-for-profit organization that actually encourages men to grow mustaches, and we raise money, and we do so for a lot of really good children's charities here and around the Richmond area. So I'm psyched that we're in it again this year. Well, actually, I don't even know if we are in it again this year. Mike said he was coming. I felt kind of guilty. I was like, he should come in.
Yeah.
So I guess we should all discuss, Mike, earmuffs. Hey, guys, are you guys doing it this year?
Well, he's here now, so we really can't back out. So, yeah.
I can back out.
Yeah, you backed out last year.
All right, so
Yeah, exactly.
I am in. I'm going to
Case in
grow a
point.
mustache this year.
I'm in.
Troy, you were in?
I'm in.
I'm
Ely,
in, yeah.
You in? Stu?
Yes.
There was hesitation.
Nice.
That
4 for
sounded
4.
like a no.
Is that minus 10 points?
I just realized I have to go on a trip in the middle of November, but it's going to be
And
fun
you want to
with
look
that
awesome.
mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Is it
I got you.
south?
I'm going to Nashville.
Perfection.
Oh, my
You're
God.
in.
I don't want to be caught dead in Nashville with a mustache.
You should have started already.
Exactly. Yeah. What are you doing? You're behind.
That's awesome. And Mike, I assume you're growing one, right?
Kind of a requirement at this point. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, because what position are you holding on the board this year?
I am El Presidente this year.
Okay, so
That's
this
right.
is the big
I don't
dog.
speak that language. Can you tell me what that means?
I've ascended and been voluntold to be president this
Oh,
year.
that's awesome.
That's exciting. Do you have a good crew around you this year helping out?
We do. We have a great group of guys on the board. Got a bunch of new guys onto the board. A lot of new ideas. Things are a little different this year.
Clearly.
Obviously.
I'm sure they are, and we're gonna dive into that in just a moment. But I do have one question I want to get right away. When is shave day? When's the day that we start growing?
Yep. So kickoff will be. This will come out Wednesday or Thursday, I guess. So the following Wednesday, November the 4th.
November
will
4th
be
is shave day.
Our shave day.
So anybody who's listening to this when it comes out, you still have the opportunity to form your own team
Join
or
our team.
join our team.
Yeah.
Well, I would prefer you to join our team. There's some other teams that just
Our team grew a lot last year. I feel
they
like
did, but we
I
still
see
got-
what you did there.
Yeah,
we
you
grew
see
a
it?
lot.
You
yeah.
get it?
But unfortunately, there are some teams out there that are phenomenal.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
spanked the shit out of us. And because they're all in the Brotherhood, I will say congratulations.
Look.
And now earmuffs to those other guys. We need to fucking beat those guys.
That's right.
They got the heavy hammers. We just need a ton of little hammers.
That's right.
We need to increase our team. Our
That's
team's
right.
getting large. It's got to get larger every year. That has to be a requirement of the ITPH team is that every year we grow
grow,
our
yep.
growers. A number of growers goes up.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I've actually heard a couple growers have told me they're not growing this year.
What?
I'm not kidding. I've
Oh,
lost.
no.
I've
Tell me
lost,
the names off the air.
I will. I will. I've lost a couple growers this year, and I'm a little bummed out about it, which means we actually have room that we need to make up in order to get to our goal
And
of
then
having
some.
more growers.
Yeah.
So
And if you're new, Brendan's going to throw in a Dickies jacket for you.
There you go.
I will say that this right about now we're hitting the stride of recruiting, trying to do what we're doing right now, asking people to join the cause. But somewhat of the circumstances of this year have opened up some new possibilities. You don't necessarily need to be Richmond based, right? Like M4K Richmond for
virtual
sure.
stuff.
But we're gonna have a lot of virtual events, obviously. So we're gonna have folks coming in, hopefully from all over, and so that's what I'm excited about, and maybe an opportunity to kind of grab some people that you wouldn't necessarily.
Nice.
I'll have
So,
you know
like,
that
if you grew up in Richmond, but you're not based out of Richmond, but you still want to participate and let your money go.
we've
back to
actually had
Richmond.
non-Richmond.
Yeah. Or if you grew
Yeah.
up in
Growers.
Wichita, Kansas, and don't even know where Richmond is,
Yeah.
you can still
Yeah.
join.
Kansas City Joe has
Yep.
grown
Yeah.
with us in the past. He's done a hell of a job. The fastest stash in the West
Yeah.
is actually not in Richmond, and he shows up every year, and he shows up hard. I
He
love
does.
that guy. He actually puts on a poker tournament where a good chunk of the proceeds of everyone who buys in, it gets put into the M4K bucket, and he's done exceptionally well doing that.
I'm
So
gonna
shout
text
out
Nick
to
right
Nick. Yeah,
now.
shout out to Nick, man. He's
Yeah.
done a great job over the years. Now, he does it because the Stash Bash is such a good time that he likes to come in for the Stash Bash. With this year, I've got to believe, and we have not discussed this, but I've got to believe that it may not even be happening necessarily, the Stash Bash as we know it.
Yep. So last year we had a enormous stash bash. It was
Oh, yeah.
probably at least from a number standpoint, as far as people go, it was huge.
It was
And
overcrowded. I'll say that.
Well, that's because of the hippies. That's
Yeah.
a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Every year we do some things really right, and sometimes we do things that we wish we would improve. So we had a really good plan for this year. Again, at Triple Crossing, they've been a tremendous partner, honestly, and we're still brainstorming with them on what we can do for the
Yeah.
Stash Bash. They a lot of folks, a lot of breweries that we talk to, they're like, hey, we just can't accommodate groups of that size, which I understand.
yeah.
But Triple Crossing has been like, hey, let's think about it. Let's try to figure this out, right? And so the Stash Bash is still pending some decisions. What we do know is that the first week we'll have a virtual kickoff on Wednesday. So,
All right.
you'll still have the opportunity to go to a brewery, pick up beer, but unfortunately we won't host an event there. So we'll do all that virtually. And then on Thursday, we'll have a trivia night. So each week we'll have sort of an engagement and then sort of an entertainment.
That's cool.
Entertainment type of event. So Thursday will be mustache trivia. Could be pretty cool. Usually we'll have a virtual happy hour for granders and rookies and other groups like that to sort of hang out. And then that Thursday evening we'll have a Southside packet pickup. So some folks will be hosting an event at their kind of at their home in their cul-de-sac, and you'll be able to pick up your T-shirt, all your swag, and all those things.
That's cool.
Those guys have been really great to say, hey, come, stay as long as you like, have a beer.
That's cool.
So that's like outside? Is that what you're saying? That's fantastic.
That's kind of the plan. And then that following Sunday, we'll be at Triple Crossing doing the same thing. So, you'll be able to come pick up your stuff, and then you just kind of be a patron of Triple Crossing after that, right? So, so trying to make the best of it as we can without, some check-ins we get 50 guys at a brewery, and so that's just not really possible right now.
Yeah, and we're trying to support those who've supported us in the past.
For sure.
So I like that idea. That's pretty cool.
For sure.
And so with all that, we've had to kind of up our game a little bit, social media, digitally wise. So trying to come up with different events and games. And so we have some stuff in store that I don't necessarily want to give away too much right now. There'll be opportunities to fundraise and earn money in ways that we haven't done before. Last year we did matching events. I don't know if you guys remember.
But we took advantage. We would frantically be hitting each other. I would see a match event and start sending $20 to everyone on the team. And then they start sending it back, and I was like, "Man, I'm spending a lot of money on these mustaches this year."
Right. Yeah,
but it's worth it. Look, if I can get $1 for every $1, why would I not do it?
Yep.
And so we're looking to enhance those a little bit. So hopefully some cool stuff that we can kind of present there. We're learning a ton from our Omaha chapter. Our Omaha chapter raised almost $800,000 this past. They actually do it in May. So obviously that was very early on in the pandemic. They had to go 100% virtual in a very sort of lockdown situation. They actually exceeded their total from the prior year. So
that was going to be my question. So they actually did better.
They did better, yes.
That's insane. Because last year we cleared 300? Is that accurate?
We cleared 360. I think it was 368.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And those guys were about 650 last year, and they were, almost 800. So they've done obviously very, very well.
How many growers are they having out there in relative to us?
I don't. Wow. I don't recall. Those guys do a really, really great job.
Cool.
They have a slightly different model than ours, where they actually can pick one charity and give all the money to that charity. But I don't think they actually have a ton more growers than us. They actually raise a lot of those dollars with. They've just I think they just matured their growers over time. That those guys, all those guys, are raising a bunch of money.
That's awesome. I just assumed everyone in Omaha had a mustache, so I figured they just reversed it. Like they thought it would be ironic to shave their mustache for all of November, and everyone's like, "Oh, you look gross.
Look at that freak."
Yeah. Look at the dude with the nude lip. Gross.
give him some money to get away.
So you kind of got at the time when you were voted president. I assume that was before the pandemic, or did the president see what was on the horizon and go, "Here you go, Mike, and good luck"?
The president worked in Wuhan.
I don't think Keogh was ever visited China, so I don't think he saw this one coming. But it was a little unfortunate that this was my stop. I think the most years we tweak around the edges, right? Like we have a formula that we think works. We've manicured the relationships and the charities and the breweries, and they kind of know we're coming. And this year we've kind of had to toss all that up in the air and come up with a whole new plan, which for the OCD and me is maybe not the greatest in the world. I like to have everything planned out, and we're not the most logistical sound execution-wise, so it's been a little stressful.
I would have to say that is certainly not apparent to those of us involved and the people that donate and how it all works.
You're pretending really well.
Yeah, no, I mean, it seems like such a well-oiled machine.
You're fake it till you make it. It's really working.
Solid game. Yeah.
So, and I just know you guys do such a good job for the charities themselves. I know we bring this up every year, but it's a point that I would be remiss not to make. It's phenomenal that this is for every dollar, 100 cents of that dollar goes to a charity. I mean, that is amazing. You don't see that. There's always people taking a cut somewhere.
Yep.
A lot of these charities that you see out there, and that's just not the case here. It's a big part of why I keep coming back. I mean, I'm blown away that for every dollar that comes in, I know that dollar goes to a good cause. So.
Yeah, and that's possible because we have really great sponsors: Estes Trucking, Behringer Builders. This year we have a whole. I couldn't even name them all.
Herman Allen Plumbing.
Herman Allen Plumbing is on that list as well. There's just a huge list of folks that actually allow that to happen. So they help us pay for swag, stash bash, other things like that.
Yep.
Of course, the growers, there's a registration fee, pretty modest for what you get, I think. But,
Oh, yeah.
We get all our expenses covered as a result, and as Brendan said, we can 100% of the dollars that come in go right back to the charities.
That's the best. We need to get some guys on this team. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sitting here, I'm starting to get amped up now.
Yeah.
We need growers, and we need growers on the ITPH team.
I'm gonna start pestering you.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I think that's what we should do.
Oh, watch me.
We need to write an email.
Ew.
Send it to.
It's a lot of work.
everybody. I know. That's why I said we and not me.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah. Email. I was going to talk into this microphone and just
Yeah.
release this episode into the wild, see what we can get. But I love the fact that we might be able to really start to engage people from outside our geography this year. That is
Yeah.
a new wrinkle. It's one that we've always kind of looked at, but I think a lot of that is just by nature of our reach. We're not, just here in Richmond. People listen to us all over. But it's a really good point that there will be other growers from outside of the area. If there was enough guys who came in, say you got 20 growers from outside of the area, could we possibly do like an out of geo, like a recognize the best out of geo grower? I think that would be.
That's not a bad idea.
I can't make up awards here on the spot. I don't have that kind of power.
Right.
But
Just the president.
But oddly enough, I mean, you say that, and I was kind of kidding with you, but a gentleman, I don't remember his name unfortunately, but a friend of our buddy Ben Kiefer, his buddy from Lynchburg, came and saw what it was all about and grew with us one year, and now we have a Lynchburg chapter.
Yeah.
So
that's phenomenal.
That's how
Yeah.
and they've done their growth rate, I think, is on par or maybe a little better than we were at the same period.
Nice.
Wow.
So that's what you'd love to see, right? Like
Yeah.
that would be pretty awesome.
I think. I know you can't commit to it now. There's a whole group behind you.
Right.
But if we got 20 out of state growers,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good number where you can say, okay, we might be able to.
If you
to
get
do
10
something.
that raise $10,000, I'll figure out an award for it.
10 that raise
Deal.
$10,000.
And that raised 10,000. That's only a grand each.
Not 10,000 each.
10,000 total.
The average grower raises about $1,000. The average returning grower raises about $1,000.
Yeah.
So if we could bring in 10,000 out of state, you could at least give a shout out.
I'll get you some.
Ooh.
Or just some city neutral swag.
Sounds like a $40 Dickies jacket.
Well,
Dude, this is, I don't know. Is it getting cold? Because I'm feeling great, but I'm like, they got to be getting cold. Sun's
we're
going
good.
up.
We're
The
good.
jacket could be a good thing.
it's not a bad idea.
ITPH jacket?
Yeah.
I hate to keep
I'm down.
harping on the Omaha thing, but since we were talking about the jackets, these guys each year, it's a really great idea. We're 17 years behind the curve here, but the each rookie class has their thing.
Oh.
So they
damn.
have one group has what are they called? The cuts that motorcycle gangs wear. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
the
Yeah.
They all have vests.
yeah.
Mhm.
And they have them sort of M4K'd up, and then other rookie classes have hats or whatever, and so
That makes sense.
so when you kind of walk through to a check-in, you know what you create.
we
some
haze
other-
them?
Can we
yeah, you can.
Yes.
My dishes is getting outrageous,
Yeah.
rookie.
but
And your
but,
mustache is weak.
but you carry that through your class. So
Absolutely.
like if we if Brennan and I joined together rookie class together, that we
Yeah.
would carry each other from year to
And
year.
you could be like, oh,
That's
dude's
awesome.
from
Yeah.
that dude's from 2009.
Yeah.
Like, he's been
Yeah,
around.
I think it's a super cool concept.
Yeah, I do too.
I like that a lot. I'm glad that I'm 4 years
The
removed
beanie
from
with the
that.
helicopter on it probably wasn't the right idea, but hey, I know what year he was.
Right.
There's probably some that didn't age well.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like
That's
the guy
cool.
who doesn't know anything about motorcycles wearing the leathers.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Brendan.
I'm just a big Judas Priest fan.
You can see Brendan walking through Midnight Brewery with no T-shirt on, rocking the leathers.
All right. I mean, he is talking about it, but I feel like we may need to come up with a ITPH uniform
I think that's a great idea.
every
not
year. Yeah.
or at least one just to have
That's what I'm saying. Every year we wear the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the new growers get their own new shirt or whatever, or Dickies jacket.
I'm loving the Dickies jacket idea because I'm already invested. I am sold on let's get Dickies jackets.
Yeah.
Well, while we're talking about swag, we haven't talked about it yet, but I always bring up every year. Join and grow. It's a blast. It's fun to help out, but the swag you get is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you get great quality shirts. I wear my M4K shirts all the time.
So do I.
Yeah.
The hats are amazing. The glasses, the pint glasses, the koozies, the
Heck
bottle
yeah,
openers.
man.
I mean, you get your money back. I'm tenfold or.
Oh, if you're selfish and decide to get into this selfless activity, you're going to be rewarded.
Yeah.
You're going to be rewarded for all your selfish things while helping people selflessly. You can
Yeah.
actually look like a hero. It's like putting something on your resume that oh yeah, I do tons of community service. You just don't mention the fact that it's because you got a DUI and slammed into a school bus. You know?
Yeah.
They don't
Rebuilt
tell you.
road signs.
Yeah, this is what we do. This is what we do.
Yeah, but the swag is amazing.
Yeah, you really could get in it for all the wrong reasons, but please do raise money. Like, don't just half-ass
Well, that goes without saying.
because it's a really good feeling when you get towards the end of that month and you see like how much good you've actually done.
Yeah.
And you start to actually like the mustache. Like it's the weirdest damn thing, but I've never shaved the mustache the night of or the day after. I always end up keeping it for like 3 days. I don't know what it is. And I just slowly manipulate it, like pencil thin or like change it up a little. But I like having it when I get to that point. The first 2 weeks, I won't lie to you. I'm like, what is happening on my face? But by week 4, you're like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
This is my mustache.
The other thing is like we're all on Zoom right now. Like,
Yep.
who cares? You're in
Yeah.
sweatpants anyway. Like,
Right.
what? I mean, what does it matter that you
Absolutely.
have a mustache
Yeah.
on? Today I turned the Zoom filter on and put a virtual mustache on for half my meetings, and like nobody even noticed. Nobody even said it.
Must be November already.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, I guess everybody's used to it. But I don't even notice that I have it until about 2 or 3 weeks in.
Did I tell you that I have a coworker that does the Porta-John background? So like he's sitting, he's sitting in the shitter in Zoom calls, and it's not like I did it once. Every single time he's in the shitter.
Dude, that is great.
You brought it
Yeah.
up like you might want to get that looked at.
Right? I
Like,
know.
dude,
I'm bringing it up every time I talk to him. Still out there, huh, man? Yeah, dude. It's brutal.
I have a coworker that has a prison cell background, and I swear there's marks where it's counting the days on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's adding marks every
That's
day
hilarious.
because I feel like there's more marks every time I
Yeah.
have a meeting with him.
That's not a bad.
That's actually brilliant. Like if
Yeah.
he's actually adding a mark, like every day it just tallies. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I think everybody's got one of those. I got a guy who does the his office. The background is the office from The Office with Dwight sticking his head out of the window.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
Our company sent out a bunch of like virtual backgrounds for it's an office we don't even have. Like the marketing department designed all these cool offices that have our logo in different places. And now I'm like the only schmuck who doesn't look like they're in an office because everyone else is using these high-end virtual backgrounds.
Yeah.
They all look absolutely professional. And I'm
Did
just
they,
like sitting
did
there
they
with
tell you can't use any of the funny ones? Like, put the.
They didn't tell us anything. We just got an email one day that suggested that, hey, you can use these virtual backgrounds. And there were 4 different, virtual
Yeah.
backgrounds
You
that
look like
looked
you look like an
professional.
autistic Einstein desk.
Yeah, it's just
Shit's
not
everywhere.
my stuff looks like there's like piles of clothes in the back.
Yeah.
It's like every time you see like an amateur nude picture, they all have that same dirty ass background, like dirty
Right.
room behind them.
Kentucky jelly on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically what mine looks like minus the Kentucky jelly, which I made a Kentucky jelly joke in front of my kids the other day.
Oh no!
Oh man, they were like,
Just slipped out.
I
it?
thought if I said Kentucky jelly, no, well done. There's what I was going for.
That wasn't Stu's joke.
I know. Come on, the buttons are hard to remember, but yeah, I just thought that I would be undercover, so I had made a joke to my wife about and grab a gallon of Kentucky jelly, and the girls were like, "Oh, what's Kentucky jelly? We've never had Kentucky jelly.
I can't
And
wait
I'm
to
like-
try it.
I'm like, oh, it's really bland. You don't want it.
Oh, dude.
Like it doesn't have very good flavor. But so they were going around saying Kentucky jelly for like the rest of the afternoon. I was like, this has to get out of their lexicon. Like they
What'd
can't.
your wife say?
Oh, newsfeed. They've said it in class. You know they've
Oh,
asked
yeah.
yeah.
on their
What's your-
video games.
What's your favorite food? When the teacher asks you.
Peanut butter and Kentucky jelly?
Butter, Kentucky jelly?
I haven't had it yet, but my dad says it's amazing.
He wanted a whole gallon of it.
That's exactly right.
It's got a pump on the top of it. It's really pretty cool.
I haven't seen him use it on a sandwich yet, but
He keeps it in his room, not in the fridge or anything. Kind of weird.
That explains why he's so fat. He must be just eating Kentucky jelly all night.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd made a joke because we were going on vacation. I was like, "Oh, don't forget to get a gallon of Kentucky jelly," and it just
Context makes it even worse.
Yeah, definitely.
like I thought I was being funny, but the girls thought it was a true grocery
were.
order. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious, and then she's like, "They're literally
Dad,
saying it now."
Hey,
Right.
Dad, don't forget the Kentucky jelly.
See, I almost did the same thing tonight when we were eating dinner. My wife said something about eating the rest of the taco meat, and I just turned and looked at her,
yeah.
and then I just shut my mouth
Right.
because I was like, this can't go well if I ask about eating taco meat now.
But it might.
Or it could go really
It
well.
could end.
It could.
It could end with a hell of a taco, and everyone likes tacos. Man, you would have gotten tacos on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, probably. Probably. That's what would have happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
Just like
some more
you immediately
Kentucky
got
jelly.
to use some Kentucky jelly, right?
Dude, we don't even have any Kentucky jelly in the house. It's all Astroglide.
Oh, you're an
That's
you're an
not-
AG man?
I wish. I've never even purchased Astroglide in my life. No. I got like generic Georgia jelly or something.
That's how guys think, though, right? If we keep joking about it, maybe they'll get
It'll
like,
happen.
That's never
Yeah,
going to happen. That's
exactly.
never worked in the history
One
of
day
anything.
I'm going to throw this one-line zinger, and she's going to be like, all right, I'm in.
I'm so horny now. Let's go.
Your joke worked.
Now that you mention it.
Exactly.
We could use a gallon of Kentucky jelly with a pump on the
I
top.
hadn't thought about
was all-
that.
yeah. They could really throw you for a loop if they threw that joke at you. That
Oh.
would be the curveball.
Yeah, but
It would literally be a curveball because everybody's knees would buckle. We'd
Exactly.
swing at it and go
Yeah.
nowhere.
Looking like Brendan in the bathroom.
You really had me at Kentucky jelly and Dickies.
Yeah.
I still feel good about it. Like, I'm in. If you get a Dickies jacket and a gallon of Kentucky jelly,
Yeah.
could be
I'll
worse.
take it. On toast.
Don't worry, that's not the swag M4K is giving out.
Yeah. It's quite the derivative we
Ooh.
took.
Yeah. It's kind of what we do here. You've been around for years.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't be surprised anymore. You've been
Oh,
here
I'm
enough.
not surprised. I'm just-
We try to keep it on the up and up.
Oh,
We can't
this
stay
is
there.
actually a perfect segue to something I want to talk about, but I'm going to wait. I think we should do a deli.
Okay.
We're at about that point in the show. And then when we come back, allow the Kentucky jelly to be a teaser. I have a condiment that I would like to discuss.
If you're on the fence back to growing, for growing, or you want to grow or want to know more about it, reach out to us. We'd love to have you on the team.
Yeah, it's easy to find us. Hit us up on. You can hit us up on our Gmail. That's at InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com. You can always find us on our Facebook page or on Twitter or Instagram at ITPH Podcast. You can find us. At this point right now, I'd also like to mention that we have a Venmo account, and I will be offended if I see any money come across during the month of November because that's money that could have gone to the kids. So allow me to give the anti-plug to the
We'll just
Venmo
transfer
account.
it over.
Actually, we really could.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is one way to do it. Of
And
course,
hey-
then I'd have to figure out how to get into the Venmo account.
I have access. So if we get any funds, we'll transfer it over.
Yo, this thing is cool looking.
But we definitely have some more M4K to talk about.
Yeah,
after
hey
the
Brendan,
deli.
if you want to set up your team, you can go to m4krichmond.org and register.
So if they want to set up their own team, or if I want to set up our team, you're saying? I guess either way works.
Our team
Well,
should be
we're
set
definitely
up,
setting
right?
up our team, but if they want to start their own team, that's where they go to do it as well.
Yeah, we get. If you shoot us a note, we'll get your team activated. If you want to set up a new team, we'll also get you set up.
Hey, Mike, can you get our team activated?
I'm gonna need a digital sort
Okay.
of prompt to do that.
Okay.
I got
I
a
can
whole
dig
IT staff. I got to engage. There's a ticket process. I have
Right.
to-
Yeah.
If there's anybody out there who has their own podcast and they listen to our podcast, I would also welcome a podcast team war.
Yeah.
I would be
A
certainly
battle.
We'll find out who wins 3 weeks after it happens.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I would certainly be down for that. So if if anybody here has their own podcast and they're listening,
Yeah, but
Bring it on.
To Ely's point, if you have any questions, reach out to us. But it's real simple. We'll walk you through it. It's not hard. We figured it out, so you should be good.
Yeah.
Oh, the hardest part of this is growing the mustache. The technical
Yeah.
stuff is actually quite simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what we have here is our Dogfish Head Campfire Amplifier. It's the perfect campfire companion. Our s'mores-inspired milk stout brewed with marshmallow and graham crackers. 6.5 ABV.
Oh, it's a strong one.
Before I've smelled or tasted this, I'm looking forward to this one. I love Dogfish Head. I love the idea of what's going on here, so I'm hoping it's a good one
Dogfish Head has only missed on one beer
that we've ever had, right?
The Slighty Mighty. It just,
Yeah.
I was so excited for it. I did not like the way it tasted like a diet beverage somehow. It had notes of Kentucky jelly. It was not strong.
Was it bad, or did it not live up to what we thought it was going to be?
It's pretty bland, I think, right? Like,
Yeah.
It was, but
it's a light beer.
part of it was also that I was sold mentally. Like, I'd been hyping it up in my head for so long.
We'd heard about it from a bunch of people.
So Dogfish had put out press releases that got picked up by like Men's Health and all these other places where they were talking about this is the perfect beer for the summer, and I was so amped up about it. I actually looked to see if they were publicly traded so I could buy stock before.
Wow.
Like, I was mentally, and then I got it and I was like, thank God they're not publicly traded. That was not good.
Yeah.
But the Campfire Amplifier is a totally different story.
I haven't had some of the Dogfish Head real high octane stuff just because I'm so scared of it.
You said it was 6.5?
Yeah. That's what it says.
6.5?
6.5.
35 IBU.
Well, Mike, that's kind of in your wheelhouse because you
Yeah,
tend
it's
to
not-
drink.
It's not.
Yeah, you drink solid beers.
That's not high for you.
No, I mean 6. You know, a standard light beer is 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 5.5, 6.5. It I don't know. It doesn't feel like a lot to me.
I think anything under 5 is like 5's my line. Where anything above that's high octane, but that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
not necessarily
Because
the
it's
case.
outside of normal.
It depends
Yeah.
on if
Yeah.
you have a Dickies jacket or not.
Yeah. Cause
Oh,
then
my
you can-
Dickies jacket only drinks 9s. It's a grown man. More carbs.
Something about 9 and Dick, I didn't really catch up to all that.
Yeah, he's been struggling on those jokes lately.
There was a joke waiting right there, but I let it go because
I
it was
know.
gonna. I would have had to make the joke at my own expense. I let it go, but I wasn't struggling.
This doesn't taste very boozy.
It does not.
No.
No, this is an interesting beer. I haven't decided if I like it, love it, or I'm neutral on it.
Yeah.
Did you guys do the Biggie s'mores?
You brought it one
Did
time.
I bring
Yeah.
it one
Yeah,
time?
you brought it one
Okay.
time, and we liked it.
Yeah, it's very similar. The Biggie s'mores is about 8%, and they also make a few variants of it. That's a whiskey barrel or a double or something that's
Mhm.
even more than that. So it's very reminiscent of that one.
This is a stout, not a porter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a milk stout.
That's why I like it better. All right.
Sugar helps.
Yeah, that's exactly right. When you do a milk stout, there's a lot of lactose in there. It sweetens it up. That is for sure. So Stu,
wants to
I'm
go
going to
first?
toss it over to
All
Stu because I know he's looked at the label quite a bit, so I know that he has an opinion.
Well, what they're doing is, so Dogfish is doing a new art series. So they're letting different people design labels for their upcoming seasonal beers. And the guy that did this, his name's Ryan Besh, but he's been designing concert posters and vinyl art for the last 20 years. And they chose him to do the design. So if you get a reminiscent of the, like a concert poster,
That actually makes sense
Yeah.
because it looks somewhere between a Mad magazine and a concert poster.
Yeah, they've got a full-on spread on this.
For
on this website
everybody,
here.
everybody under 30 or 35, Mad magazine was a comic book.
You probably remember Mad Magazine and or concerts.
Or generally public gatherings.
Yeah.
That sounds
And
cool.
posters.
So,
I guess posters aren't a thing anymore, right?
No, they still are.
You still are?
Oh no, my wall's covered in beer
My
boxes.
kids don't have any posters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
almost
true.
pushing my kid to redo his room. I'm like, you got cars on the wall shit. You're 10 now. You want something cooler?
Yeah.
I point out posters
Like some
to my
Makita
girls.
chicks or something?
Yeah,
Something awesome like
exactly.
that?
Nice.
That's what I had on my wall.
Picture up this poster today.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's Brendan in a Dickies jacket. I got it on my wall. It's pretty cool. You must be into cars, kid. Like fucking Chip Foose over here.
Yeah. That's Chip Foose's brother.
Yeah. I was going to point out they didn't say it right.
Son of a
Dude,
bitch.
I'm loving this beer.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Actually, I like the way that it it smells nice. Finish is easy. It's definitely one that I would take for the winter time, but I can definitely taste. I'm tasting a lot of the vanilla. A little bit. I guess it's the.
That's the milk stout.
Milk stout, yeah.
Softer side of things. But yeah, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I like it. Heck
Who do you
yeah.
want to go next?
Give it to us, Troy.
This I like milk stouts. This is in my wheelhouse. I'm with Stu on the grade. I give it a 3.5. I would like to score it higher. I'm just a little disappointed in the lack of marshmallow and graham cracker. I feel like there's not a lot of marshmallow and or graham cracker in there. So, but otherwise, it's very smooth, very clean finishing. I like the taste of it. I just wish I had a little more graham cracker and marshmallow in there. So I say 3.5 as well.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the nose on this one. It smells a little fecal.
A little sour.
I'm really gonna have a hard time rating this because I can literally chew that fart.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked Stu was able to get a good rating from his. Honestly, I've been barking him his way.
I'm dying over here. I just haven't said anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're
You're
grown
welcome.
ups.
-10 for Stu for not taking it.
All right. I like this beer, man. I like it a lot. I like milk stouts in general. I mean, I'm a Guinness guy, which is clearly not a milk stout, but I've always enjoyed like the left-handed milk stouts, and there's something about Mike. You okay over there? Your eyes are watering.
All right.
Got some droplets coming your way. Should have worn a mask.
Yeah, and one of those Andy Reid shields.
It would have been fogged up by now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually really like this. I like the milk stout backbone of this
You
thing.
like Guinness, you said.
Are you
which is
lactose
not what it is.
But
intolerant?
it's not. I'm just saying I like stouts more than porters because porters have that nutty flavor that I'm not super keen on. And when you do a milk stout, it really covers up any imperfections. It's almost like this beer's not perfect. Add more hops. It's kind of the same thing with the milk stout, I find. But I really can taste the chocolate, the vanilla, the marshmallow, I guess, is really that vanilla that you were talking about, Stu. I don't think it's actual marshmallow. It's just vanilla. I don't taste the graham cracker too much. But I love the beer. I don't know how often I would drink it. As far as a seasonal stout goes, it's absolutely a 4. For a daily drinker, it's a 3.5, and I'm kind of in between.
Fuck up, Ely.
He's giving a review, Stu.
Yeah, Stu, don't interrupt. I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go up with it.
Wow.
I like it a lot.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I enjoy.
Must be the jacket talking.
Yeah, it must be. I enjoy this as well, oddly enough. Yeah, I do. It's not too overpowering for me for some reason. It's a 6, but I know for professional beer drinkers that's not high, but for me it is. So it's not doesn't taste heavy for some reason. I like chocolate. I like the marshmallow flavor. That's probably not marshmallow, like you said. I would give it a. I like the 3.5, so
Yeah.
I'll do that. I wouldn't drink a ton of them, but I would drink it for sure.
And that's the thing. Like as a seasonal stout, there's no doubt it's a 4.
Yeah.
As a regular beer, it's not something you can drink a lot of.
Right. Yeah.
Because it'll get sickeningly sweet over time. I'm sure of it. But it's not doing that to me yet. That's why I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give it the big dog.
This is definitely a cold weather beer.
Oh, there's no doubt. All right, Mike, where are you on this? You are the official, probably the biggest connoisseur in the room, actually.
I don't know about that, but this is my favorite time of year where all these sort of desserty stouts come out. We got gingerbread stout right around the corner here. This is Biggie S'mores by 3 Notch, basically just a lighter version of it. The flavor profile is a little subtler and a little less alcohol, but it's still really good beer. I give it a 4.
Look at that.
Wow. Nice.
The 2 guys in Dickies jackets gave it a 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
These Dickies jackets love this stuff.
So this is a deli.
For sure.
Definitely.
Ring that shit.
Where's the? Oh, okay.
It's a tasty treat.
Nice.
Well done. Good
Whoever
pick.
picked this up fucking did a great job.
Thank you, Troy.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Shout out.
Just over here fishing. What are you guys doing?
I did go back and forth like 3 or 4 times with Brendan via Marco Polo to make sure it was something he thought was good and or we hadn't done before.
We almost had a duplication. You
I
almost.
don't remember doing it.
Do you remember? You guys remember trying the
You're
Yingling,
asking the
Yingling flight?
wrong dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the Yingling flight.
Yeah,
And it wasn't long ago, I assume.
No, it was like within the last month. And this dude's like,
I'm like, we try that? Okay, if you say so.
next week you're going to show up with campfire amplifier.
You guys are going to love this, I bet. Maybe.
So
Feels
I was.
like a 3.75 to me.
This is better than that one from Dogfish the other day. So I was talking to a buddy the other day, and there was some ranch sitting out on the counter. You know, the ranch is sitting out, and I was like, "Oh man, that ranch has been sitting out."
Open or closed?
It had been opened.
You gotta
Is
put
it
that in the
open or
fridge.
closed?
You gotta put that in the fridge.
It was now closed,
Okay.
but it was out of the fridge. It had been opened. We'd been using it.
But for how long?
This is all good questions, and it's gonna
Okay.
it'll all make sense in a
Say,
moment.
shut up, Ely. I'm
You
getting
guys are ruining the story.
right. That's what we do.
What was the board on date?
76. It was problematic.
Are we
Still
talking
good.
Hidden Valley or what was it?
Yeah, exactly. What is this? Restaurant Ranch, Hidden Valley?
It was
Chick-fil-A package?
Hidden Valley Buttermilk,
Okay.
the best.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know about that. It's
Yeah.
okay. For the store.
Look, it's clearly yes, it's
Okay.
up there.
Yeah, yeah.
If I'm walking through the aisle and I see the
Right.
Hidden Valley Buttermilk, I go, "Ooh, that's a no-brainer." Grab it. But I'll go craft. I'm not a fancy man.
Paul Newman.
Don't let my oh, that's fancy. But it's charitable. So, in the light of tonight, we'll say yes. It was Paul Newman. So it was sitting out, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know how long's that been out. I don't know if we can eat that." And my buddy,
Was this while y'all were on vacation?
I can't recall.
Okay.
My buddy the Duke looks over and says, "Who gives a shit if it's been out?" And I'm like, "Well, that stuff has to be refrigerated. It's got like eggs in it and stuff." And he's like, "It doesn't fucking matter. It's been on the counter. It's closed. Put it in the fridge. We'll all eat it all week. No worries." And I'm like,
Was this person me?
"But you get it."
I'm thinking, I'm with this guy.
Right.
I'm with
I know
this guy.
somebody. I know
yeah,
somebody.
yeah, no. This and I tend to agree with him. And we had
Doesn't sound like it.
there was it's because I've been scarred by an incident a few years
Did you have
ago
a bad ranch?
in the man room where there was some ranch that had been expired sitting in the kegerator. It had been there for quite some time. And we had a buddy come over and he was eating pizza and he poured a bunch of this ranch on and he ate it and he was like, "Dude, I got violent diarrhea all night long." And he's like, "Will you check that ranch and tell me if it was old?" And I looked it up, and sure enough, the stuff had been expired for quite some time. Like,
If you pull
Quite some
if you pull any condiment out of this kegerator, you better check the date.
I agree.
I mean,
But
that's on him.
Now, I don't know. He says that I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. Eat it." I don't recall said conversation, but he never lets me live it down. So now I'm like sensitive to ranch that's old. So I saw it on the counter, and I made a comment, and he said, "Don't be a bitch. We'll put it back in the fridge, and we'll all eat it, and we'll be fine." It's like, valid point. And I said to him, "What would you have done if that had been mayonnaise? Would you still be so cavalier about this?" And he's like, "Absolutely. What do I care if it's mayonnaise?" He's like, "I see that stuff sitting out there. There's packets all the time sitting at
Yeah.
room temperature. It sits on the shelf forever." He's like, "I think that it's bullshit that this stuff has to be refrigerated." And I was like, there's probably some truth to the fact that it has to be refrigerated.
Big refrigeration. Got you.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
he
We've
said
We've all
to me-
been burned by big refrigeration.
Yeah, it's how my daddy died.
You all got refrigerators, don't you?
Well, he said to me, "Man, I would eat that shit if it'd been sitting out for a month." And I'm like, "Really?
Open or
Would
just
you?
having been open or just like a new bottle that's
having
been sitting?
having been opened." So the Duke now,
So we're saying we're going from you're buying it off the shelf, it's not refrigerated.
Right.
You open it,
Right.
you refrigerate it for a while, then you take it off.
Right. He's missing the fact that it's sealed, right? Like
yes, it's sealed. And so I would argue,
the packets are sealed. The
Yeah.
they
I
are
would-
sealed.
but I would argue that you're probably absolutely
Oxygen
safe.
hadn't gotten to it.
Right.
But wouldn't you say you're safe with a squeeze bottle? Like, you probably don't need to refrigerate it, right? Because it just squeezes out. Not much air gets back in there. I feel like you're probably safe to eat.
I would tend to bet that a lot of foods that have expiration dates on it are more from a liability standpoint, not necessarily like you will get ill or you shouldn't eat it per se.
Well, that's what's the place's fresh to frozen. That's our fresh to frozen. That's their whole model. Is the FDA says it expires this date, but yet technically you can still.
Well, so I can tell you this is how I live 100%. I will never ever look at an expiration date unless it smells or tastes fucking horrible.
That is the absolute right way to do it. If it smells bad, throw it out. It's bad.
No. Then I will check the date.
Yeah, if it smells bad.
Yes, I'm not like I never look at a date before I get into something ever. Like I'm gonna hit the milk, and the first chunk that hits my mouth is gonna tell me that it's bad. In fact, that's happened multiple times this year.
Okay, that's
you ever
fair.
done that with chocolate milk?
No,
Dude, chocolate
chunk.
bad
chocolate
chocolate
milk?
milk is. You will be begging for white whole milk
Really?
afterwards. It is so bad. It
Wow.
is so bad.
So I would like to see, do you guys think that if somebody left mayonnaise out for the entirety of its life, never put it in the fridge once,
I'm still unclear on what we're talking about. Straight from the store,
straight from the store, I go out.
never opened.
I go buy a bottle of Duke's mayonnaise,
Yep.
the squeeze kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never refrigerate it. I
Yep.
buy it from the store.
And
I
never
bring it
open
home.
it?
I open the seal. I use it on my sandwich every day
Doesn't
until it
ma-
is gone.
Doesn't matter how good that seal is, like the squeeze bottle, it's going to go bad.
Refrigerate after opening.
But I'm still confused. Your question is, if you never open it, and a month later, will
No.
it
I'm
no,
going to
he's saying
use
it
it.
was
I'm going to use it.
You're
Okay.
asking how many weeks, how many days or weeks before it goes bad?
It's
If it never gets refrigerated,
It's a question we should know an answer to, but we don't know the answer.
how could you possibly, unless you run an experiment?
That's exactly right.
Oh,
And you did. You're in the process right now.
We are currently in what we call the control week.
Okay.
So, in order to decide,
So do you have a bottle in the refrigerator and a bottle out?
no, that's not how we run this experiment, Stu.
I'm not
Too
sure you know what a
expensive.
control is.
Like a remote control.
So, and I think the only way to determine if something has gone wrong is to see if possibly you start your bowel movements shift.
Can we take bets on this?
Oh, we can do anything we'd like.
Okay.
So the Duke has volunteered himself.
Okay.
He is going to buy a squeezed jar of Duke's mayonnaise, and he's willing to eat only that mayonnaise for 1 month or until the jar is
Every
gone.
day?
Every day. The guy is a
I
lunch
use
packer.
mayonnaise like once every 2 or 3 weeks.
He's a lunch packer. He's going to commit
Okay.
to having mayonnaise on his sandwich every day for lunch.
That's going to be awful on a peanut butter and jelly.
He wins. He's going to run out of the mayonnaise before it goes bad if he's doing it every day.
We'll find out. I mean, how long does it take to go bad? You know, the scare tactics on the side of the bottle lead me to believe that he's 24 hours from death.
No, look, what's the worst that happens? You sit on the shitter a bunch for a day?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out. So we need to tally
But the
wins.
fear, I'm saying, is not rational, right? Like, what happens? You
Yes,
shit?
the fear is
So-
probably irrational.
You get to check your phone for an extra hour.
We need to tally. We need to tally wins and losses, W's and L's, or if I'd like to call them, whole turds and loose turds. W's and L's.
I don't know that that's a
He
good.
thought
That's
way,
not
you
a good
thought
way
way
to do
too
it.
much on this.
Oh yes.
It's not a good way to do it because you have to control for what he's eating all day.
Well, I understand that in order to do this properly, we actually need to get 1,000 people, give them all Dukes,
Yeah.
see if they have deviations. But we don't have that. What we have is the Duke, and he's willing to go through this social experiment. Or
It's going to
physical
happen
ex-
immediately. It's going to happen pretty quick.
What?
If he when it goes bad, and he
So we need
it's
an
gonna go-
over-under.
It's going to.
We need an over-under.
Yeah, you don't need to do shit. You just look at it, right? Is that what you're gonna do?
No, he's going to eat it. I'm not going to look at his
Yeah,
stool.
but after a
Wait, wait,
month,
wait, wait, wait.
Yeah, but you're like super hyper focused on the shit. Why don't you just look at the fucking mayonnaise after a month?
Well, I'd like to see at what point your
Mayonnaise
body
has to
reacts improperly.
So, you did say this is a squeeze bottle.
Yes, which I think actually works in his favor.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't let. I think if you're unscrewing a jar, you're exposing a lot of air every time. Whereas a squeeze bottle lets in very little air. So I contend that
You're
you will-
losing this bet.
I contend you will not get sick out of a squeeze
Oh.
bottle over a month.
That's what you said. You won't.
I don't think he will.
less than
So
10
what
days.
is the bet?
So he
'Cause
agrees
doesn't
with you.
either.
Oh, he doesn't either. But I think
That's an awful bet.
No, we're not betting.
Hey,
He's
we
helping
both,
us.
agree the same team's going to win?
bet.
Let's bet it.
Heads, you win. Tails, I lose.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Right.
willing to change my bet for the pot.
We both love the
It doesn't-
Chiefs. Let's bet.
I was just seeing. So here's what's happening.
Chiefs to win.
If
Current-
they win, you and me $10.
We
if
swap
they win,
$10.
yeah, I'll use $10.
High five. Yeah.
So currently this week, refrigerated mayonnaise being what he's eating, he is keeping track of wins and losses, holes and loose. And at the end of this week, we will now know a baseline for about how his bowel movements work, how many times he's vomited, all of these things. which
Assuming he's eating the same stuff. If he goes to Taco Bell one day,
There are
your
variables.
experiment sucks.
there are variables. Do you not want to participate in the Duke?
Oh,
Not us.
we're participating?
No, but I mean, do you not want him to call
You
in
not
every
want to
week?
follow along?
Yeah, do you not want to follow along with his
Oh, yeah,
progress?
absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
For
okay.
We don't
science.
have to do anything.
So,
Yeah.
So I've never had a bad experience with mayonnaise, but my buddy Jay Don, he told me he doesn't touch mayonnaise anymore. And I asked him why 20 years ago when I met him, and he told me that when he was playing Little League, he went and bought 2 chicken sandwiches from McDonald's. He ate one before practice and left the other on the dashboard of his car, and afterwards just went right into that second chicken sandwich after it had been cooking in the
which I think
on the
is a little
dashboard.
more extreme situation.
Yeah, because it obviously heated up the mayonnaise,
Yeah.
and he said he got violently ill from it and has not touched mayonnaise since. So that's the only control I have with mayonnaise.
I will tell you that would not stop me from eating mayonnaise.
Because you know the reason.
Right, I would have just shit for a day and again gone back to mayonnaise the next day.
You'd be like, I won't leave that chicken sandwich on the dash again.
As long.
I
I got to make sure I get back to that before it gets
Yeah.
roasted.
In the summertime.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, this mayonnaise is just going to live in the cupboard.
I think
Yes.
room temperature
He's
is going to
be
save
fine.
you too.
and
Yeah,
His calls are going to be uneventful.
Well, his wife's furious with
Really?
this whole plan. Yeah, she's not pleased.
all wives would
Of
hate this
course
idea
10 days.
because
They're
it's
scared
it's-
of life.
Yeah,
Less than 10
Yeah.
days.
Mike, you say less than 10 days
Less than
before.
10 days.
Really?
He's getting sick. Yeah.
We betting on this? It's
I'll bet you want it.
How
Less than
much?
10 days.
Over under.
I mean, I don't know the guy with some integrity here, but less than 10 days. He's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
sick. $20.
Deal.
I'll give you a $20 donation.
For sure.
There it is. Yeah, it's for the
In.
kids. It's for
Boom.
the kids.
Absolutely.
The Duke's going
I'm
to
in
shit
on
for
that.
the kids.
Right. And wait a minute. What are we betting? That it's bad or that he's been shitting too much?
That
Because I'll even give you that it's bad.
Yeah.
He's saying there's going to be like an event. Like he's going to go, oh,
the event
today's
is
bad.
He's gonna be-
stupid.
like,
I
you
can't
know-
keep talking about the
you
event
know,
being bad.
but you know, like, hey, something wasn't right today. Like I ate something. Right.
That's
you know
what I mean.
Like,
That's the event. There's a moment in
Because-
time where he goes, I got sick today.
because tomorrow.
yeah, but he's not telling you that he went and ate at fucking Rio Grande or that he fucking went and ate
Sure,
this.
right.
Every
He's not
day for
telling you
lunch,
that.
he's going to eat a sandwich. He's been eating a sandwich this week for lunch. He's going to continue to eat sandwiches for the next month.
So
That's
what he
when
should,
the mayonnaise is
what
gonna
he
go
should
down.
do is
So
like
dinner, or a night out drinking.
So the only
could-
poop we care about is the 5 p.m. poop, is what you're saying? 8 to 8 p.m. poop after lunch?
I'm willing to. Yeah, I
just
would
think
agree
it,
with
I just
that.
think it hits him within the hour after doing it.
No
I mean, a control
No?
would be just go ahead and whip up real quick some egg white
Yeah, what he should do.
and eat it. See how he feels. See how that happens because that's going to be the same thing probably.
What he should
When
do
the
is take a
mayonnaise
chicken
goes bad.
sandwich and
That's
put it
a
on the
horrible
dash
idea.
with mayonnaise on it. Eat it.
Yes,
See what the
yes.
reaction is, and then do the test.
Boom.
Yeah, he
See
should
if
just
he's
do
science.
He should
Science.
do a spoonful of mayonnaise just straight up.
You
Or either one.
for science.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any chance that it goes bad.
Yeah, see, I feel fairly confident.
I don't
he
at
can-
room temperature. I just
No.
And I think, honestly, I think that the fact that it's the squeeze works in his favor
Absolutely.
considerably.
10 days.
10 days. I love
I'm
Mike's
leaning, but I'm
confidence.
leaning closer to Mike because I'm
I want the
thinking-
listeners to let
Oh,
us
yeah?
know.
Yeah,
what they
because
think.
eventually, I mean, even if you're using a squeeze bottle, you squeeze it, it's going to have to burp itself and fill back up with air to get
Yeah.
more.
That's
out.
right. That's basic physics.
So
Something has to
there
replace
you
it.
go. It's just going to sit there. So
It's a lot of science flying around the
There is a lot
microphones right now.
Well, the whole reason this came up because we were.
I think it's going to go bad.
we
fast.
is smart.
No way.
I think it. I don't know. I'm excited to see. It's a first world concern. I thought it fit very well.
Well,
on
I
the
agree
show.
with the whole argument. Like, if you take the branch dressing out and it's set out for a few hours, put
It's
the
fine.
shit back in the fridge and eat it. Like, why even bring it up?
Yeah, he got very cavalier in his defense of unrefrigerated condiments. I, of course, in my nature, I become argumentative. I start putting out hypotheticals.
You know, he is right. Like, you go to the diner and the ketchup and mustard sit out on the table all day in the squeeze bottle, and they might refrigerate them at night, but they literally sit out from 8 in the morning to midnight. I mean,
but they don't have eggs in them.
You don't have to refrigerate ketchup or mustard.
I thought
No, you
does
don't.
not say that. I'm pretty sure it says it on there.
No, but you can. Those two, they don't have the eggs. That's the critical component.
A
to
lot
this.
of eggs, a lot of cream, and mayonnaise.
So
And ketchup's just going to get more vinegar.
you know, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm starting to think he is going to get sick. Like now, I'm kind of
No
working
chance.
through
For
it.
sure. For sure.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a moment in time. But he said he's
I think
willing
Ely
to commit.
knows more than he's letting us know because probably sometime in his Marine
It's disgusting.
In
career,
the
that you
Marine
just
Corps, they just
they
carry
said,
around
here's
a jar of Dukes
Yeah, I've
in the
eaten
backpack.
way worse.
refrigerate after opening.
This Hunt's ketchup in the back of the kegerator says, for best results, refrigerate after opening.
And
best
not to
results.
keep your undies clean. for
Right.
best
None of them
results.
say that.
Yeah.
None of them say that. None of them say to stop shitting your pants.
Right.
But I think
Troy, what's the expiration?
I think if
date
you
on
found
it?
a mayonnaise jar, it would say something about dangerous, like don't eat without refrigerating, salmonella, that sort of thing.
Well, that's what they say about cookie dough.
It's got a
But
Stamped-
everybody knows to eat
stamped
the
on the
fuck
lid.
out of cookie dough, right?
Well, that's
after,
it. Yeah.
After it's sat on the table for a few days.
Yeah, I would for sure.
But typically you're eating out of the
This is
refrigerator.
good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're not allowed to eat cookie dough.
You're not supposed to, no.
Right. But we do, and we are
Out
fine.
of the refrigerator.
To Mike's point, though, you don't eat it for 30 days. Like it just sit on the
Right.
counter.
Well,
My
it's like,
point is
I
that the
made
whole
eggnog.
industry said you're not supposed to eat cookie dough, period, nowadays.
everyone
Whereas
eats
when
it.
we were kids 20 years ago, nobody gave a fuck.
I'm not
That's
arguing
right.
with you that these rules are kind of bullshit, but I'm telling you, there's a reason
Yeah.
they exist.
So
well,
what? But
I made eggnog with
Big
raw eggs
refrigeration.
a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember it was kind
Yeah.
of a controversy, but we're like, that's how it's supposed to be made.
Yeah, no one got
And
ill.
people used to drink that shit all the time. But they
Rocky
also-
drinks raw eggs all the time.
And look at him.
Yeah, he's a beast.
And his head's still growing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, yeah, but we all remember Mom making chocolate chip cookies. You lick the spatula
Yeah,
right
which
after
is
she's done with raw
apparently a
eggs in
big
it.
no-no now.
But then
Lick the
let-
spatula. No,
Yeah, right.
it's eat the shit out of the tub or
or whatever.
Cut
but
off
but
the
I was
whole
saying,
chunks of it.
take that vat of chocolate chip mix that you just made, let it sit for 30 days, then go back and try it again.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, for the next 30 days,
Stu's fancy mom making chocolate chip mix. My mom's over here just scooping the shit out of the
That's
Nestle
the
tube.
Nestle tube, yeah.
Stu's like, I haven't had a solid stool
So how are we
in 40
getting
years.
how are we getting updates?
He's going to call in every week. We're going to
Okay.
get to talk to the Duke remotely.
Okay.
I like it.
So he's going to call in every week and give us an update on his progress, how many W's and L's, if there was a major shift. Now, I'm anticipating, to Mike's point,
Is
a
the Duke
tremendous shift one day.
is the Duke in reference to the brand he's using?
And the Duke, like you take Dookies.
I'm asking if that's the brand that
double
he's using.
entendre. Yes, it's going to be
Okay.
Duke's mayonnaise
Nice.
in a squeeze.
So if let's say day 10, things go south. Is he going to fight through to day 30 and just keep
No, that's
at
the
it?
end of the experiment. Yeah, we have to let him out of the agreement. But he said 30 days or until the bottle's done, whichever comes first.
Well, this time's up
I feel like
perfectly.
you could just like heap it on for a few days and go through the bottle
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
And
That's
that was
exactly
his
what I
point. He
thinking.
said it wouldn't go a full month, and I was like, it just might. Let's do 30 days
Yeah,
or
we
until the
might-
bottle's
There
done.
might be an number of ounces on the bottle we have to put on the requirement.
He's doing
Yeah,
the
he's got to lick
standard.
it clean.
He's doing. He's got to put water in it and shake it up and
okay.
squirt
Yeah.
that last bit in his mouth.
No tussle.
I think
Make a
that's-
little mayonnaise au jus for the last
Oh.
week.
That's disgusting.
Don't let.
How weird is it that, like,
So-
legitimately, I love mayonnaise. I fucking love mayonnaise. But the idea of a spoonful of mayonnaise churns my stomach
Yeah.
and makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I can't eat a dry sandwich. I got to have mayonnaise on
Oh, me too.
everything.
Yeah. Or
I agree.
something.
Or
and,
mustard.
and mayonnaise on the, put a slab of mayonnaise on either side of your bread for making grilled cheese. Makes it come out just
Ooh,
perfect.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Haven't tried
What's the
Butter
likelihood?
works.
What's the likelihood that since he's slowly ingesting more bacteria, he builds a tolerance because he slowly works up to a heavy bacteria load?
Then I think that he wins.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think that's possible?
No.
Like the first day you get 2 bacteria, then you get 4, and you get
No.
16.
That sounds really scientific, but I'm going to say no.
Yeah, it's a well vetted.
How many bacteria do you have today?
Yeah.
4.
So this
Right. They normally come in single numbers. Yeah.
Allow me to say parts per million,
Yeah.
because I think now's the appropriate
Oh yeah,
time.
now
for
it's
that.
smart. Now it's real
He
smart.
had parts per million written on his paper. He wanted to make sure he got that in
He's been
tonight.
thinking about that all afternoon.
note to self.
How do I work in parts per million?
So
That's a good show title.
Yeah.
Parts per million.
Working
So the
in
Duke's
parts per
experiment-
million.
Fucking
times in-
fecal parts per million right here earlier.
his experiment times in great with. Is he going to be growing? Because it's the same time as the M4K.
I don't believe he'll be growing, but he is always
That would
a-
change things now. I didn't know he was going to grow. You
He's
didn't
actually-
That is true. That's false.
He's
That
a
filters out
massive.
filters
Well, no,
out
yeah.
bacteria.
he
This
is he's a large donation
Yeah.
guy. Large donation. In fact, the last 2 years, he's been my largest donator, the Duke.
Money wise.
I know who this
Money-wise.
is now.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of him, but I am willing to sacrifice that large donation if he grew, because there's far more money in it for the kids if he becomes a grower
Yeah.
than versus somebody who's donating to me. And that goes for everybody out there that's listening that was thinking about sending $50 our way or something. If you grow, you will make exponentially more money for the children by growing, and it will not hurt our feelings that we don't get those donations. It's our job to find other people to donate.
That's right.
So,
I think you just generally have more fun too.
For sure.
oh, it's definitely a lot more fun. The camaraderie is amazing.
The Duke needs some Dukes in his mustache.
Oh my gosh, he could come to the final one
As the
just
Duke.
mayonnaise in his stash.
Yeah.
We'd all be like, "You're the Duke."
Right.
Or
Exactly.
or you're
Chunks of
moonlighting
vomit.
as a different. You get a little side gig,
Right.
OnlyFans style.
Mhm.
Got a little something in your.
Yeah, that looks like turkey sandwich vomit in your mustache there. This experiment ended poorly today.
Yeah, or do it on Zoom and we generate some money.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, yeah! If we could get to the last day, he could have the final spoonful of Dukes on on a Zoom call.
You know, I admittedly haven't. I missed the last few episodes here. I've got a lot going on. What's the latest on Boo Boo? I feel like we should get Boo Boo to grow.
You
I
know,
agree.
we don't even know who Boo Boo is, so it's very
No,
difficult.
I know that's the best part. That's the best part.
That's a good point.
So there would be somebody up
he
there.
does one of those blank screens.
Just
the
a
only thing you
mustache.
see is the mustache is
Just
clear.
like a documentary interview or something.
Yeah.
Like super close up on the
Yeah, exactly.
photos.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I started growing a mustache.
We haven't seen, we
Yeah.
haven't seen or heard from Boo Boo in quite a while.
We haven't. The
Hence
last
the
It's been a while.
Mysterio.
Yeah.
Feels
Yeah,
like time.
Boo
Feels
Boo
like time.
Mysterio
That does
is-
feel like time. You're
Feels
right.
like time.
that is kind of his MO. He shows up when you don't know it. He did show up right at the start of the pandemic. That was the last we heard from Boo Boo.
Yep.
We have not heard from him since.
Does anyone else?
Let us know you're alive, Boo Boo.
Does anyone else think the fact that Mike just brought that up is a clue? Because that's
Could
where
he
I'm
be
going.
he be Boo Boo?
Or he knows who Boo Boo is, and he's trying to shout out to Boo Boo silently.
Okay, Mike, I ask you point
Or
blank.
or
I
ver-
won't
or
ask.
verbally.
or verbally.
Or just point blank, asshole. Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Via a microphone.
Right.
in this audio medium.
That was awesome.
Mike, I have to ask you, do you know who Boo Boo Mysterio is?
Oh, I do not. Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. I just think it would be super cool. If
I agree.
If Boo Boo, whoever you are, I'm making some presumptions.
Yeah, sure.
It's a man that can grow a mustache.
So the only two clues we have about Boo Boo
I thought we had a clue that it was a girl.
Yeah,
That's the thing. We have two clues. One was that I saw him at a men's warehouse, which would imply that he was a man. He said next time
You assume that.
he said, "Pay attention to who holds the door for you next time at Men's Warehouse." And I was like, "What?"
Well, that's
So
not going
I
to be
literally
happening for
was-
much longer
I
because they're
was-
going out of business.
Yes,
Yeah.
good call, Stu.
Clue
So-
gone.
he was at a Men's Warehouse, but I don't know him personally, or I would have recognized, "Hey, it's you."
Yeah.
But
Boo-boo.
then the gardener next door said a black SUV showed up. I think a woman was driving, maybe a man. That's what she said. I was like, "Thank you so much for your help."
I hope
Yeah.
I hope I never
Can
get
you
murdered
sketch
and the
something?
cops come over here and ask you about it.
Right. Back to gardening.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Describe what the person looked like.
Okay.
Nose,
Mysterio.
2 eyes, 2 ears, Hair? Yes.
We don't assume gender.
Or no.
Yeah.
Mike, I got a
Possibly.
question for you. I haven't seen or heard anything about this year's theme. I know every year there's a theme.
Yeah.
Last year was the Grateful Dead.
Yep.
Year before that was the Mustache Hops
Handlebars and Hops
Handlebars
tour.
and Hops tour.
Yep.
Can we speak on that, or is that still a secret?
You know, I don't know if it's secret or not. Apparently not. So this year we had a theme all locked and loaded. I was pretty fired up about it, honestly, and we changed that completely.
Changed
Really?
it?
So we went with Stu just pulled up the logo for this
Okay.
year on the website. It's a pandemic or mask type of theme. The T-shirts are pretty cool. I will say the logo's on our website, but there's a little surprise on the T-shirts and some other things in store. So not the I will say not the band tour we've leaned into the last few years. I think we'll bring that back next year. We basically had all those plans laid out and ready to go, and we kind of just switched it up just based on the year.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah.
Might we see whatever you guys had planned in the future?
Next year.
Our plan is to put it out next year.
Okay, cool.
I don't want to give too much of that away, just because it's we don't have many good ideas that we execute on. So
Got to hold on to the ones you have.
We have this one in the can and just ready to go.
Yeah.
So but I was super excited about that. But I think we just sort of rolled with this year and just kind of went with that. Got some swag that gives a nod to that, because we just feel like people that do that this year will want to sort of just commemorate it a little bit. And
Yeah.
sort of,
Interesting.
It's a good logo, but there should be just a cutout for your mustache.
Yeah, no, so
don't worry. You're not. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So,
Yeah.
So that's not the logo. What I just saw. On
no,
the website?
that's logo, but there's a few different. I think a few
Versions
different
of it?
versions of it, and some stuff we've done that I think will be pretty
So
cool.
we're going to incorporate a mask and a mustache, is what we know. We just don't
Right.
know how.
Right.
Because in order to expose a mustache, you have to wear the mask improperly, correct?
That's true. That's true.
Just-
That's true.
Not trying to shoot holes in this thing. So
We got to
I'd like
have
to
a
get
little leeway here for the,
Oh, absolutely.
for the cause.
But
I
I'd like. I now I want a mask with a mustache on it
Yeah.
to wear during November.
Oh, yeah. That's a
like
good
that's
idea.
something I would like to.
Man, I wish you would have thought of that.
Yeah. Exactly. Where'd that come from?
I
That's why you
should.
got to get Brendan.
I should make one.
You should.
Got to get Brendan involved earlier.
You should-
Yeah.
My dog got a collar with a bunch of mustaches on it today, so
There
I'm
you go.
excited to
Nice.
put that on him.
My daughter asked me this week, "When are you going to grow the mustache?"
Oh, really?
And I was like, "It's funny you say that." I was
Yeah.
like, "I've still got 2 more weeks of just looking normal," but I was like, "I will be growing it."
No, it's a
And-
week.
And she said,
week.
"Good. I want to donate money to the kids." No joke. I was like, "That's awesome."
That's
Like,
cool.
I was
Nice.
Pretty
That's very
excited
cool.
about
She's
that.
very cool.
Pretty
I'll be
free
growing
with your
it as
money,
soon as
huh?
I'm done with this Kentucky jelly.
Yeah, style it with that Kentucky jelly. Get a little hold on it.
So I usually, have a little bit of a beard, but
Yeah, you're clean shaven
like,
already.
Like early October, I'll shave it just to kind of, prep the canvas and get people's, attention. But nobody cares. Nobody even notices. And then like 2 or 3 weeks into, they're like, "Oh, you're growing a mustache." I'm like, "Shit, it's been 3 weeks." So I'm pretty, above the shoulders. I can't really grow that much of hair. So,
I had thought about doing a little bit of a cheat this year and shaving everything off except the corners. I was just going to leave a little patch on either side because I don't grow fast enough to do like the twisted up kind of handlebar Raleigh fingers look.
No one does.
And I've always wanted it. So I was wondering if I should just leave just the corners, because I know the rule
wouldn't look
is
weird at all.
you have to shave everything. But I thought if I shave into something far worse, that's probably within the rules. I mean, I look like a total doofus.
right, and we're super strict about the rules. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a rule follower by nature, so I always try to adhere to the rules. But this year, I've also thought that I might try to do like some time lapse of shaving off, like grow in a beard, shave it off. So I
Yeah.
can put that out there on social media.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that might work. I tried to do a time lapse, I think my first or second year, And 4 weeks of pictures, 4 pictures doesn't really time lapse that well. So I'm not that talented. There you go. Look, Troy, that's awesome.
I just shaved my beard about 3 weeks ago for work, so I took a time lapse of me shaving it off.
Which
that's great.
Let it be known that he only had to shave his beard, but he got to keep the mustache because it's within OSHA standards to have a mustache with a mask. It's the only facial hair you can have and still be safe. So look at that.
Yeah.
We're saving lives.
But I already have a beard again, so I got to shave it again.
So, Mike, I was just curious. Are there any new charities, or is it keeping the same?
So Stu's going to put me on the spot.
I thought Stu asked a great question, and then Mike's like, damn it!
I put my list away.
The only reason I ask that is because I'm on your website and I see a logo that I don't recognize. But
which one is that?
He's talking about Richmond Friends of the Homeless. No, Richmond Friends of the Homeless been with us there 2 or 3 years now.
I guess I just missed it.
Yeah,
minus 5 points. I'll take that from you.
Yeah.
Oh, back to 0. I love it. Stu called himself out and netting out at 0.
It's a really good point though, because we have a great partnership with Chore, Children's Hospital of Richmond and VCU. Everybody knows them in Richmond.
Yeah.
And that's great. And they have I know a lot of people there. My son goes there a ton, and why I really got started. And people know Ask Childhood Cancer, right?
Yeah.
And I think if you ask people, like, they're like, yeah, hell yeah, like let's talk. But some of these other charities, people just don't have them top of mind, right? Like, Feed More is another one that's a sort of a big title.
Yeah, but like Cameron Gallagher Foundation, not a lot of people know about that one.
I mentioned Ask, but Scan Stop Child Abuse Now, and nobody's against that. Right?
Yeah.
But just a lot of people don't know about them.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily as topical as something like childhood cancer. It's a little more uncomfortable sort of topic for folks to get around. But they're a great organization, and Richmond Friends of the Homeless, Friends Association. These are probably not as well known in Richmond, but
no less important.
Less important, and they do really great work, and honestly have been some of our better partners as well. So, excited to help. We try to spread it out, spread the love out a little bit. But we do have those ones that you probably heard of, probably know, but there's maybe some that you're just not as familiar with.
Well, and one of
like
them,
Stu.
Yeah.
I don't know where I've been, but again, it's all 100% local.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
for sure.
One of them, I believe it is the Cameron K. Gallagher Foundation, really focuses on childhood depression and kind of that adolescent, depression. Yeah. And I don't know if people are paying much attention, but the pandemic in general has hit that generation particularly hard.
Yeah.
Suicide rates are actually up across the board, across the country, and it's like it's kind of sad. Like I was talking to a family member the other day, and she just casually said, "Yeah, we lost another one this week." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, this girl committed suicide." And I was just like, "Hold on, you said that very casually. Like, is this something that's happening?" And that was the first time my eyes opened to it. She was like, "Yeah, the numbers are increasing everywhere. We've seen it increase here at the school." And then I started looking it up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much this was affecting." It makes perfect sense.
The only first times that teenage girls has surpassed teenage boys
is during this. Is that or it just in general?
Say it's during this, but people, like if you listen, they say it's really the generation that was born in around '99 because they're the ones that went through middle school with social media.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
they're the ones that starting then. And if you think about social pressures at that age, it hits women, it hits girls 10 times harder than the boys. And so that's the theory that they say that is really, kind of starting it. But obviously COVID is the icing on the top. It doesn't help at all.
I mean, my youngest is 8th grade, and she's just it's not a good time.
It's a tough time.
Yeah, just in general. If you think about
who crushes middle school, like who looks back fondly on middle school, like middle school is the worst.
My right arm still hurts. Fuck Randy Harris. Just saying. Fuck him. No, never been a fan. That dude used to punch my arm every damn day.
Oh, that's a different reason.
Totally not where I saw that.
You really threw us all off.
Yeah, I thought Randy was a chick.
Yeah. You guys are the worst. You guys all thought, no, I was talking basic middle school ribbing. Like, I just remember getting punched every day. He didn't like the fact that the girls liked me.
Yeah.
So he would always just pick on me constantly.
Yeah, it totally does. Right.
All right, you want me to bring it home? No. Now you'll know it's a real story. So my colorblind ass bought this blue and black striped shirt that turned out to
Sounds
be
purple.
purple and black.
Yeah.
And I wore it one time, and Joanna in choir was like, "I love that shirt on you." Now I loved Joanna, so I
Because she
wore
liked
that,
your shirt?
I wore that shirt every Wednesday through middle school, because
Yeah.
I knew she liked it, and I liked her, so I wore that shirt every Wednesday like clockwork. So when we were in choir, I would see Joanna, she'd see my shirt. Randy picked up on this instant.
Sniffed it out.
Week 2. I
Instantly.
see you. I see you.
So every
BK.
day in choir, he would wait till kind of Joanna got near, and he would light me up in the arm. Wham! And I'd be like, it doesn't hurt. Arm, limb to the side. In my damn purple rugby shirt. Dead of summer, wearing a hot-ass shirt. Nothing's changed. I'm in a jacket and sweating over here.
Now it all checks out.
Right.
So now you know it's true, though. Like,
Is Randy the same grade as you?
yeah, but he hit puberty in like 4th grade, and I hit puberty in like freshman year of college. So it was a very different physical being than me.
I was
Timeline.
wondering why he bought a purple Dickies jacket. Now it makes sense now.
Yeah.
We weren't. That was the
There is
elephant.
no
That was
way
the elephant
this
in
is-
the room. We weren't going to talk about it.
Didn't
Right.
even know they made them in that color, but good on you.
Right.
I know for a
I
fact
thought it was a Prince thing.
it said navy blue on the fucking thing, but I could feel my face heating up. Like I just, like I'm.
That's a little too close to home for Brendan.
Yeah, there
Sorry.
is
Sorry.
honestly part of me that is now
Sorry.
panicked because
The wife loves it.
I've gotten a little too comfortable over here.
Yeah.
Whatever, Grimace. Chill out over there.
Grimace.
He's sweating now.
I'm taking him
Now
off his
his
feet.
belly-
I'm gonna take him off his feet.
Come on. Boom. There he goes. Here comes the jacket. The jacket is off.
I gotta take that off.
What's the minute mark? What's the minute mark? I get $20 if it's under 45.
Oh, it's so hot in here. It's not purple.
Do you still have the receipt?
I'm
Do you still have the receipt?
No, it's gotta
not
be. It
purple.
said. Why would Dickies make a purple jacket?
Girls like to work on cars.
Shut up.
Yeah. There's girl mechanics
Exactly.
too. You're sexist too and colorblind? Not cool.
Don't
dude.
assume their gender.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I hate jokes about color. I don't see it. Damn it! I don't know.
That's why it's
You
funny.
gonna change the name to Purple Dickies jacket?
No, it's going down as parts per million.
Purple parts per million.
Parts per million.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Sorry.
Feeling super confident over here. Can we donate this year to a colorblind charity for children who get ridiculed throughout their junior high years?
I'll look into it.
I was so
That
excited.
specific charity.
Yeah.
We're here for the kids that are ridiculed as colorblind in their middle school years.
And they sing choir.
So, it's an extremely specific charity.
You think when buying a motorcycle, you might have asked someone else, like knowing your weakness, being like, "Hey, man, before I stroke this $2,000 check, that's
color would
blue,
you-
right? Yeah. If you had to guess what color that is, what would you say?
I knew when I was buying a 500
You don't have to
cc
guess.
motorcycle.
That's
Yeah.
our superpower.
That's our super.
Seller was way too enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yes, totally blue.
Yeah. Let's go,
Electric
let's go.
blue. It's gorgeous. Real nice.
Buy this net for the back. It'll match.
I knew the net was pink.
Oh, really?
I was going to change that when I got home.
Oh.
And then everyone started laughing about the purple bike with the pink net. And I was like, oh, it goes deeper than I ever thought.
Brendan really didn't understand why the bike was on the market for 120 days.
Yeah.
Brendan's like, the lady that sold to me was real nice. She said it was her husband's.
I thought I was going to get made fun of because it was a 500cc motorcycle when, like, you don't buy anything lower than 600cc. So I was like, I'm going to get clowned for this, but it's fine. That deep royal blue is sick.
Yeah.
I got home. I had a 500cc motorcycle that was purple with
A
a pink net.
purple small crotch rocket with a pink net on the back. I don't see where you went wrong.
Says Dickies.
Yeah.
Sounds
like-
Yeah,
on-
left
like-
off
Oh,
the
you get
E's.
Dickies if you ride that thing.
Pee Wee Scooter was more badass than that thing.
it sounds.
I think it had the
sounds on
squeeze
brand
horn.
to me. I don't know.
It sounds on brand, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely.
I hate my brand.
Like, in fact, if I would have seen that ad back in 2000, I would have been like, hey, lady, show this to this guy. He'll buy it.
You were a Facebook algorithm for
That's
Brendan.
right. Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. That's it. Oh, mini disc players? Yeah. He'll buy them. He'll buy them in 2015 because he thinks they're coming back.
They still should come back. It's neither here nor there. I don't want it to die on that hill again.
But Randy's asking you for a ride in the back
Fuck
now.
Randy.
Yeah.
for a fact, I'm so tired of that guy. I've never liked
I'll show Randy.
Hey, hit that high note, nerd.
Yeah. You were like Adam Sandler and Billy Madison when he's sitting on the Firebird hood
Yeah.
waiting for Joanna to come out.
Oh, I should have. See,
You could have had the purple jizz. Want to go for a ride on my bike?
So we are going to donate
Deliver papers?
money to middle school kids who are colorblind in choir.
Hey, Mike, 10-1 says the bike's for sale tomorrow.
Colorblind Inquirer. Yeah, that's very specific. I like that. Yeah.
CBIC.
Yeah.
It's a pretty important charity.
You may not have heard of.
Yeah.
It's local.
We're almost at the double-digit kids now.
Exactly.
10% of the male population is affected by it. So it's not so funny.
Buying purple bikes?
No, being colorblind.
Oh.
Keep up, Stu. But you know what? I'm willing to let that slide because we have such good charities. We don't have to donate to CBIC. It's a good one. We should look into it.
I feel like your mom donated to you and you took her gift and threw it away.
The gift being my...
Glasses.
Oh, I have the glasses.
Yeah, but you use them all the
Yeah,
time, right?
You never
They're
use them.
right in this bag.
Oh, really? I thought you didn't use them.
It's fall. I can't wait to see the fake colors that you guys see.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen any leaves changing.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I know. I'm excited. I'm
I
carrying
want to
those
look
glasses.
through those things.
It's like an Instagram filter. It's not real. I was disappointed. I took the colorblind test wearing them. I failed just as bad as I had before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it doesn't fix it, but
I want to see you babble like a fucking child on Christmas, dude.
Nah, dude, I'm a
I
grown
want
up.
to see you swaying your head like Ray Charles in the trees.
I don't get the jokes.
That checks out.
No, so allow us though to make one more plea. In all seriousness, we do need growers this year. I don't know if it's going to be more difficult this year because of the pandemic and because of what we're dealing with. But if I had to guess, I would say that it may be more difficult to get growers and to raise money, unfortunately. And
I don't know.
It
I
may
think we
not.
disagree.
it may not. But
Virtual is easier.
Well, I think it may be. You're right. It's a toss up whether it's harder for the grower, to get more or less growers, raise more or less money. But it's certainly a harder year for our charities. So
Yeah.
So I think the folks have been very generous, but the kids that need the help, they still need help.
Yeah.
Right. And so certainly
More this year.
probably more than they have in past years. So we're asking folks if they can. Certainly everybody has their own tough circumstances to deal with, but if you can, please grow, please donate, please participate. All the support we can get helps.
it's a honest to God fun way to do a good thing.
Yeah.
And there's not many of those out there. Like, I think Jimmy Carter's the only one who likes doing Habitat for Humanity. He seems to love it. I mean, good on him. He loves it.
Yeah, great with a hammer.
He apparently is.
I think we skated over the money that has been raised in years past, and I think whenever I say that number, the numbers we've been a part of, it always makes people do the wait, what? Like,
Yeah,
it's
they think we're
it's not
kidding around.
it's not play money. It is
Yeah.
real money, and it's a lot. So, Mike, can you just go?
Yeah, just short of $2 million over the last 17 years.
Wow.
And the heavy weight of that has been in the last few years, I
Yeah.
would say. And so last year, we said earlier, was just over 360,000. The year prior to that was 300, then 250, then 200. So we've been roughly growing about 50 grand every year.
It's amazing.
So that's pretty incredible. But this year's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be hard to match that. So we're hoping folks can rally behind that and make us hit the $400,000 mark.
I mention to people all the time, M4K and I participate, but what they seem to find amazing when I talk to people about it is, yes, the money is what is raised is awesome, but the limited number of, not limited, but the number of participants, the number of actual growers, and we've raised, you're taking 120, 130, something like like actual registered growers? Something like that last year?
we usually have about 200 folk.
Was it 200? Sorry.
No, your numbers are right. Last year we had almost 200 folks. But the thing that always strikes me is that we have a bunch of statistics on this that I won't bore you with. But like there's a whole bunch of stuff left on the table. We have guys that registered don't raise a single dollar.
That's crazy.
I've noticed that in
that's
the
not
past
good.
though. Where you see
our team
people at
was
the
that.
bottom.
We had people that did it last year.
I don't really.
We did.
I don't
Yeah.
really get it. Like I don't really understand it. There's
I don't
people
either.
there's people that aren't comfortable with I guess asking friends for donations. Send 4 emails and I promise you'll get $1,000.
Right.
I got to be honest.
4.
At first, I was nervous about that, though. I felt like, all right, I'm spamming people. I don't
Yeah, but
want to
who
do
wouldn't
that.
at least give themselves $40 to not be the single a-hole that's got a 0 next to their
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
name? Right. I mean, like,
Right.
Yeah, I drop $100 to get out of the way for the other
to
a-holes.
get off of this guy's
I drop $100 to be like, look at these losers over here that didn't raise $1.
Exactly.
I'm not like those
Right.
guys.
At least
Yeah.
I'm not like Steve.
Yeah.
Right.
There's some and you guys probably don't get them. There's some prodding emails that go out for folks that raise $0 and things
Oh,
like that.
I
They're
bet.
like, hey fellas,
And that's another
remember?
to your point of
You have a mustache and you're not doing good with it.
Right.
Do something.
to your point, the M4K guys have it set up to where they walk you through how to raise money. So you don't even have to do it. They give you the tools you need
Can you
to
cut
go
and
out.
paste?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I prided myself, though, because years in the past, I'd watched people send these emails that I found really funny and enjoyable. And so last year, I tried that technique. Was the first time I did it. And it took me a couple years, like I
It
was saying,
works.
to get comfortable
Yeah.
doing that. But I sent one out, and it was a bunch of family and friends. And I said, look, if you don't want to receive these emails, let me know. I'm glad to take you off. Not one person said, take me off, because I was writing kind of funny emails.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I didn't realize I was telling a story, but like by my third email, there was a theme and things were changing. And it really became a lot of fun. I started getting a lot of interaction from family members and friends that I hadn't spoken to in a long time.
Yeah.
They ended up donating. It was a great year, and it was a good experience. And I've had family members reach out to me to be like, thank you so much for doing this. Like, you're a really good guy. And I'm like, boy, I
You don't
originally
know.
did this because I
Yeah.
wanted to drink beer with these guys.
Yeah.
But it starts to grow. Like that doing good, whatever that is, that seed grows.
Yeah.
And you feel better about yourself.
Contagious.
Yeah.
It is, and it's a phenomenal thing. And now I don't feel bad about sending it out. I look forward to engaging with these people
Yep.
and showing them that I'm doing this again, and it's certainly worth it. And it's like there's not a lot you can do these days that makes you feel good. This makes you feel good. It does good. You look like an asshole. I won't sugarcoat that.
Especially, it's really hard to do nice things for people during the whole pandemic. So this is a great way to help. You know.
It is. It is. So I'm excited to participate this year. I think because of the fact that we've all had such a bad year.
Yeah.
I'm glad to do something where I can channel my energy in a positive way. And so
For sure.
I'm excited. And Mike, I'm glad that you're taking the helm this year and you're running with it. I know this has got to be a difficult year to be the president for your first time, but you've got our support, and
We're pulling for you.
I'm hoping that the listeners out there will step up, join our team, raise some money. We could certainly use the help, and don't think that it's meaningless if you raise $100. That's a big deal. Get involved. We'd love to have you. So join the team, reach out to us, get involved. It's a real solid charity, and it actually is a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I will assure you of that.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Mike, seriously, thank you so much for coming out. What is the website again, just so people can go check it out?
m4krichmond.org. You can get registered. You can join a team, start your own team. All the information you'll need is there. And if you have any questions, you can certainly email us at m4krichmond@gmail.com.
There it is.
It's that easy.
And if you want to engage with us and get some answers, InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com.
Yep.
Boo-boo, we would pixelate your face on the Zoom calls if you wanted to do
Give
it.
you a Minecraft head.
Yes. That would be awesome. If
And there's some purple dickies involved.
They're not. It can't be. It said navy blue on the website. I read it. I can read. I just can't see colors. It's a long story. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Look forward to next week. We'll have our first update from the Duke. Kind of excited to see how that's going to go. That'll be day 1 of the Duke Challenge. So, and probably the first time that we'll start talking to you guys about donating money. So you won't have to feel bad about donating money if you're part of the team.
That's right.
Putting it out there. We'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks so much for joining. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace out.
Nice work, Randy.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
It was till the end. Dealy.
Made it better.